Well, it has been 15 months since I started testosterone. And I know I just did a video. I think it was a couple days ago. But I have to do one every month, right on the anniversary date. That's what I'm doing. So I know I reported my changes a couple days ago. And do I still have changes? Have I been getting changes? That's the question. That is the question. And yeah, I am still getting changes. Just because a person has been on testosterone 1 year doesn't mean you're not going to get any more changes. I've seen people that didn't even get a beard in until till after 4 years. So they were 4 years in, and then they started getting an awesome beard. And that's pretty cool. I know not everybody gets a beard and they're having trouble growing one. I would say that would be genetics. Because they're saying that they've tried the things that I've tried, and they're not getting much facial hair. Like minoxidil, which that's what I've been using, and dermarolene and vitamins. Biotin's great for facial hair, by the way. Take it anyway. I would take it anyway. That's my advice. Because you never know when that facial hair is going to start growing in. And keep trying the minoxidil. Keep trying everything. My changes are 15 months. Can you believe it? I mean, that's almost a year and a half. I kept thinking that I'd only been on testosterone for 13 months, and I don't know why I thought that. Losing track of time. So, yeah, well, one thing, besides I'm getting a lot of body hair, if you don't know who I am, you just clicked on this and you're saying, who the hell is that person? My name is Hunter King, and I'm female to male transgender. And I've been on testosterone for 15 months. So that's 1 year and 3 months. There you go. And I'm getting all the changes. I've gotten voice change, got a voice drop, and lots of body hair, arm hair, hand hair, leg hair, facial hair, hair everywhere. Hair in places that I didn't know a person grew hair. So I didn't really think about it too much. So yeah, I have hair, I have bottom growth. For those of you who think that you're too old to go on testosterone and you're not going to get any changes, I'm living proof that you can get changes. And so yeah, 15 months, and I'm thinking about, well, what changes did I get since my last video, which was 2 days ago? None whatsoever. But I do have, I'm still getting more bottom growth. I noticed that the other day. I'm like, hmm, did that stop growing? I thought that probably stopped growing. It didn't. So I'm glad for that. And I'm getting more bottom growth. Uh, weight, um, weight distribution. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting. It doesn't look like I'm getting a whole lot of that. Um, I'll have to take before and after pictures. I have some before pictures, and I'll take some after pictures to see if I got a little bit. I mean, my stomach. You know how a man gets most of the weight in their stomach. But see, it's hard for me to tell because I've been losing weight too. So my stomach's actually a little bit smaller. Um, and I've lost a lot of weight. I don't think that's due to testosterone. I think that's just me dieting a lot because I was getting up there. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I wasn't real big, but for me, for my height, yeah, and my bone structure. And then I've gained a lot of muscle weight though, my arms, my shoulders and my back, and some of my legs. I've noticed that. I was in the bathroom today and had my shirt off, because I was weighing myself, so I don't like to weigh myself with clothes, because we all know clothes can add 3 to 5 pounds. It depends what you're wearing. And I got to glance at myself in the mirror. I saw my shoulders, how big they were, and I was thinking, wow, they look like boulders. So yeah, right in my shoulders, it's big right in here, and then my back's hard to see, so I have to like hold a mirror up and look. And I got a lot of muscle gain in my back. So how many pounds did I gain on muscle alone? I don't know how many pounds I actually gained on muscle, because I've lost weight everywhere else too. I've lost 30 pounds. 30 pounds is a lot of weight to lose. I'm practically down to my weight that I was in college. Just 2 more pounds and I'll be exact. And I'm diabetic too. So if any of you are watching this that are diabetic, and you thought of transitioning, and then you hesitated, and you thought, well, no, you're diabetic, so you probably can't go on hormones, or you shouldn't. It doesn't hurt you to go on hormones. I did. I talked to my pharmacist, talked to my doctor. Uh, yeah, and because I was afraid of that too. I was afraid that I couldn't go on hormones because I'm diabetic, and they gave me the green light on that. They said there'd be no problem. Just keep watching my levels like I always do. And I haven't had a problem so far. It's been almost a year and a half. I'm good to go. I even wear my little diabetic bracelet from time to time. I should wear it all the time. It says type 2 diabetic, and has a little symbol right here, a medical alert, just in case I pass out and somebody finds me and they say, well, this dude's passed out. You know, Let's call 911, and then it's for the paramedics to be able to figure out, I possibly passed out because I didn't eat enough food. And if you don't eat enough food, uh, and that's a problem too when you're trying to lose weight and you have to eat. You don't want to eat because you're trying to diet, and then you have to eat something, or everything turns into sugar. So if I even drink something like orange juice, whatever, yeah, that's beside the point. So if you're diabetic, ask your doctor if you really want to go on hormones. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So I got all my changes. I'm still getting more changes. And there's one change that I forgot about, and that's crying. Uh, I have problems crying. Now, it wasn't like I was a big crybaby before, but the thing is, I could I could cry easily. Like I'd cry watching a movie, and if if the movie was too sentimental at the end, I'd start to cry. I don't know why. I would just cry. Now if I watch a movie, I think I start to cry, but it just does, the tears just don't come. And well, I used to cry a lot more, put it that way. So there's that saying, you made a grown man cry. How dare you made a grown man cry? Or boys don't cry. Boys don't cry. There's something about testosterone. There's something about testosterone. Can't cry as easily. You can cry. It's just not as often. It's more difficult to cry. Um, there's anger issues you can have if you're on testosterone. Some people have them. I don't. I think maybe at first I was a little more aggressive, but I don't know about now. I think I'm calmed down a little bit. You know, I don't know. I wasn't a wild man. I wasn't like throwing things around. If anything, when I was going through menopause, menopause. Menopause. There's that word. Men. What? Then I was very emotional then. And yeah, going through the change of life. And that was hell to pay. Yeah. Because I was always arguing with my daughter. I have a daughter. I haven't seen her in a while. She turned 18 and she took off running. Actually, she was 19. I guess it was past due for her to go. And I didn't want her to leave. But she had a boyfriend. She thought she was in love with him and she was going to marry him. And she went to go to college, so she took off, went to college. She was gothic. She turned gothic, and I didn't like it because I just didn't like it. I mean, because she was getting picked on and telling me stories how she'd be walking down the street, and like weird guys would be trying to get her in the car, and then she had this satanic boyfriend, and oh god, I couldn't stand that guy. He was so rude. When he'd come over, he'd be rude to me. So I told her maybe lay off the makeup a little bit. She didn't like that. She didn't like being told what to do anymore. I mean, before it was like all about me. It's like, oh, whatever you say. Do you have advice? She wanted more advice from me. And I was her hero. And then all of a sudden one day she just, it was like a light switch just flipped off in her head. And she didn't like me giving her any advice. And I was never giving her enough money. Even though I gave her everything I had, it was never enough. So anyway, it's just, you get to a point where you got to go. And some kids are like that. They just want to go explore the world and explore themselves. So that's what happened. And did I cry? Yeah, I did. I cried. I wasn't on hormones, no hormones yet. I was on hormones, yeah. I was very hormonal. So yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like it. And there's that movie, Boys Don't Cry. I really like that movie. It's a true story, and a lot of true stories, they say it's a true story. Check it out. Like, look it up to make sure how true it really is, because Hollywood likes to add things just to make the movie more exciting or whatnot. But I looked up Boys Don't Cry. I want to see how true that story was, and I'd say 80% of that movie's true. If you haven't seen it yet, and most of you watching me right now talking about it probably have seen it. It's about a trans guy. It's a true story about a trans guy. I don't want to give away the ending. I hate giving away endings. I hate when somebody else does that to me. They'll watch a great movie and they'll come back and tell me the ending. Or I'll be in line for a movie and I'll hear people talking like, "Oh, I've seen this movie twice before," and I hate it when that guy gets killed at the end when the lead, and I'll be like, "What the hell? I'm not watching this now. You just gave the movie away." It's true. So just just watch it if you haven't seen Boys Don't Cry. Watch that, man. Go watch that. I don't know where you can get a Netflix or whatever, but Hillary Swank stars in it. If you like Hillary Swank, she's good. She plays the trans male. I don't know, like if I'd seen Hillary Swank playing a male, and I didn't know it was Hillary Swank, and there was a person saying they were trans. If I thought they passed, I'm not sure I would have thought that they passed. But that's not the point. It's a horrific story. It's a horrific story, and I think it happened in the 90s. I'm not sure. I think it happened in the 90s. So shit like that can still happen. That's the thing. Watch it if you've seen it before. Put it in the comments below what you think of it, what you thought of it. You know, what you thought of Boys Don't Cry. Yeah. So yesterday I was really depressed. I'm hanging in there because I haven't had top surgery, and I just don't like it. I just don't like the fact that I have to keep waiting, and it's already been over a year, and thinking about it, almost a year and a half, and I haven't had top surgery. So I was talking about crying. I was being a big crybaby. I didn't actually cry though. Tears didn't come. I was very angry. And Aaron came in the room, He saw that I was angry, and he's like, oh, what are you angry about? And I told him, and he had that look in his face, like, oh, I guess I should leave the room because he's angry. And I told him, well, I'm just tired of having to wear big shirts all the time, and even that, I said, I don't know if you can tell, because I won't wear a binder because it's too binding. I won't wear a binder. I'll wear a sports bra, and even that, and I've just given up on that too, because I figure I'll just wear a big baggy shirt, which I wouldn't normally wear. I don't like big baggy shirts. A little baggy's okay. Not like these men's shirts that large, extra large. See, if I have a nice uh, flat chest, I could wear a medium or small men's shirt. You know, I'd love that, and I can't wait to do that. And I just have to have hope, because right now, with the way things are going, I'm not very hopeful for it. I have friends that I've mentioned before, they are just against what I'm doing, and maybe they're not real friends. Or they make excuses why they don't want to help, or give me even a ride to the hospital because, oh, they're afraid of COVID, or, they're just against it because they have grandkids or something, just some kind of excuse, like well, one can't help because she just doesn't have the money for it, so she can't help out on that. I need a ride to the hospital, which is actually 4 hours away driving, and I need somebody to stay there with me, and when I get out of the hospital, somebody to stay there with me. It's illegal for them to just let me do it all by myself. And that's what they told me. So I can get a person, I need a person to go with me to the hospital and, you know, stay there with me and then drive me back. Or, well, no, I gotta go in the hospital. They said it's a pretty quick operation. It's a one-day thing. Then I gotta go to the motel room, wait a day, and then go back the next day and have the drains taken out. Doesn't sound too complicated, but for me right now, I can't get a person to help. And that's mainly what I need is a person to help me out, a person to go with me. And one friend said, he's just too afraid of getting the COVID, so he's afraid if I fly to where he's at, he's afraid of going in the airport. He's afraid of going to the hospital. So that's not going to work. And then somebody else just said, well, they didn't believe in it, sorry, or else they'd help. I don't like asking people for help. I never have. Like asking. Maybe when I was a teenager, I didn't mind asking people for help. And you're a teenager, but I'm old enough now to where I shouldn't be asking people. Have to ask anybody for help. My brother, there's no way he's gonna help either, just because he doesn't believe in it either. So I have to pray and meditate on where I'm gonna get the help. How I'm gonna get the help. Pray for a miracle. That's what I'm gonna have to do is pray for a miracle. Yeah. It's There's a storm out right now, so it's raining pretty hard. You probably can hear it. I don't know. It's raining on top of the roof. You could hear it hitting the roof. A little dripping in the bathroom. Um, there's a spot. It's a new spot in the bathroom where there's actually water coming. It's a little bit of dripping, not a lot, but there's dripping. So, it's supposed to be a snowstorm, and I want to go out with my camera, and I want to videotape my dog out in the snow. You guys subscribe, because otherwise you're just gonna have to look me up. If you want to look me up and watch my video, look up Hunter King, because I changed my name. I did say I was Hunter Young, but it's Hunter King. Um, I changed it. So instead of having to look me up, or I just pop up in your screen and go, oh, there's that guy again. Just subscribe, please subscribe if you want to see my next video. That way you don't have to have the hassle going, there's that guy again. Should I watch him or skip over him? With some people I do because there's a couple people, they make a video every day. So I just don't want to watch the same person every day. Nothing against the person, just every day. And that's cool if that's what they want to do and they're getting a lot of views. Uh, yeah. So just, I don't make videos that often anyway. And I could use some more subscribers. I'd appreciate it. And thank you for those of you that have subscribed. Thank you. I know I don't have a great camera. I don't have music playing in the background. Anything like that. I don't have a lot of good editing. I don't have any editing whatsoever. But you know what? I try. I try. And maybe I'll get all that later on. I have to get together with a friend. He's a cameraman. And he actually won an Emmy for his camera work. He does ghost stories. He's a ghost hunter. I don't know if I believe in he's actually finding ghosts, but he's very famous for it. He's made a lot of money off his ghost stories. And boy, he loves to edit. Man. That's all he does is edit, edit, edit. He's had me sit in his house before and just say, look at this, look what I did here, and look at it over there. Like, he just edits everything, and it's fantastic. So maybe he'll help me out one day, and I'll be able to make better videos. And maybe I'll get another subscriber. I don't know. Well, that's what I wanted to say. 15 months, and thanks for watching me, guys. I really appreciate it. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. I promise. I swear to you. I swear. And I enjoy a lot of you guys that I watch, and I enjoy your videos very much. There's very few videos that I don't like. Maybe if the person's too young, and it's just a bunch. To me, it's just sounds like a bunch of kid stuff. I probably won't watch if it sounds like this one claims that they're Justin Bieber look-alike. I thought that was interesting, but I mean they've actually transitioned over that. I thought, Jiminy, what? It's kind of fun to see some crazy videos. But that's about it. So I'm gonna go. Hunter out. Peace.